I would argue that the interesting way to look at that is it's a design flaw of Bitcoin. In other words, this assumption that we have that Bitcoin can be 1,000-year money and unbreakable and unshakable is very, if you think about how humans behave in social systems and compare it, you'd say it's a pretty naive prediction for Bitcoin. That there's a pretty good chance that it's not going to play out that way.
So are you saying that this can be a short-lived experiment?
Right. I'm saying we don't actually know how long we can maintain Bitcoin. And that, if anything, those examples you're giving are evidence of weakness in Bitcoin's theory and in its design. In other words, if what it takes to keep Bitcoin healthy is 5 or 6 altruistic, benevolent maintainers, and that's the only way we can keep it healthy, and before corporations take over, then that's not sustainable, right? Because how do you maintain that? That's not much different than trying to maintain a government. That's not, you know what I mean? It ends up expressing like other systems that look the same way. And so if Bitcoin requires, in other words, Bitcoin is humans, it is people. And so if Bitcoin requires certain people to be in certain positions and those people to be trustworthy, then that's not sustainable, because that creates a power vacuum where eventually it gets filled with power of money and power of violence, and that it gets taken over. And so it needs to be something that the individual can enforce. And Bitcoin does have that, but unfortunately, it also is software, and individuals are not capable, at least not yet, of enforcing through software and code and things like this. They just run what you tell them to run, and they trust they're running the right thing. But that, yeah, so I think it's interesting to think about that problem. That, oh, if Gregory Maxwell is retiring and the elders of Bitcoin Core are seemingly becoming a little more corruptible or a little more of a different political persuasion than you, that's indicative. It's a symptom. It's not something to complain about and be mad, and it's something to notice and decide whether you care and what to do about it. Like, I think that the idea that we can keep Bitcoin safe through trust, through a Bitcoin Core repo, is not rational. I think that we need some other different kind of way to manage things. And that's why, another reason, again, why I'm focusing more on trust research is because I don't think we're going to be able to coordinate anything together unless we know who we want to coordinate with, on what, et cetera. We have to have a coordination capability.